Hey everybody, Joel here. This video is going to be about how do you specifically find a really awesome woman to spend the rest of your life with who's going to complement you, complement your goals in life, and complement your business. So the first test that you can give a woman is ask them about their fathers. And chances are, if they've had a really, really rough relationship with dad, if you ask them and they say something condescending like, oh, my asshole father left when I was 3 years old, they're not going to respect men. And it's not any disrespect to the woman, it's their upbringing, and therefore they're going to be more of a feminist lifestyle, and they're not going to want to be in your frame. And what I mean by being in your frame is they're not going to want to compliment you. Remember, a woman should never, ever be the focus of your life, only a complement to your life. That's number one. Number two that you can use as well is basically around the third date, see if they're willing to pay for dinner and see how they react to that. If they react in a very negative way, if they're more than willing to pay for the dinner, if they're excited about dinner, if they are overjoyed and just feel happy about just being with you and certainly picking up the check, chances are that's another person who's a very, very high quality woman. That's another thing that you can do. A third thing that you can do is start joking with them. Now make sure that it's a compliment, but basically let's say they're blonde and you can simply say to them, have you ever thought about dyeing your hair red? See how they react. Obviously that's going to be a threat to them, thinking, okay, well, doesn't he like me as a blonde? And see how they react. If they react in a confident way of, hey, well, I really prefer blonde hair, but hey, I might go redhead one day. Or if they get absolutely offended, then the key is to come back and say to them, but it's giving them the test of what type of quality person they are. Say, listen, I was just playing with you anyway. My favorite thing about you is your blonde hair. So I just wanted to let you know that. And then that way, ethically, you're not offending the person, but you're allowing to see what kind of core person they are as well. So there's a couple of little tests that you can give. Now, why do you want to ultimately find somebody who's going to stay in your frame and complement your life? Well, it could be to the point where, if they're willing to complement your life, you don't want them getting upset if you have to spend an extra couple hours at the office. You don't want them getting upset if you're working extra late hours at night, trying to build your business further, so on and so forth. So those are some key components and two simple tests that you can give women. Another test that you can give as well, you might be driving home from a date or driving home from anything and say, hey, I forgot my wallet at home. Do you mind if we stop for a coffee? See if she's willing to pay for that coffee and see how they react to it. Do they become uncomfortable? Do they become angry? Do they become distant? Do they become quiet? That's another thing too, is women that are willing to communicate are much easier to deal with versus, you guys know those women that go, oh, I don't know. You should always know what I'm thinking, right? So those are key components that are very, very, very important when trying to shit test a woman to see if they're going to be in your frame, going to be quality, and be a complement to your life, not the focus of your life, because they're always demanding your attention. So those tests see if a woman's basically very confident in themselves. And the more confident they are in themselves, the more they're going to want to just complement your life because they're comfortable in their own. So hope that helps, folks. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.